I want to say thank you. Thank you to the writers for giving me the support all these years, especially this year. This is a great honor, the ultimate honor as a baseball player. We play the game and to win every year, and but at the end, after a lot of work, this is the highest honor. So thank you to all of you for giving me the support. I wanted to congratulate Mike and Mo and Roy's family for this great honor. So congratulations. Thank you. You know, facing Mariano is always was a challenge. I might have some numbers, good numbers, but you know, when you come in late in the game to face Mariano, you know that it's going to be a challenge. You know, every at bat, even you get a hit, it doesn't feel like you're getting a hit. It's a tough. He's one of the best in the history, and his consistency through the years is like the best ever. So it never feel comfortable. I might got lucky a few times, but never feel comfortable.
You know, when you face a hitter, the type of hitter that Edgar was, I mean, you have to really bring your game. Because if not, he will have you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like he did me.
No,
but it was good. It was good.
I have to say something about there was one at bat that I will change pretty much.
Yes.
All those hits.
Thank you, Edgar.
Just to get one hit in that at bat. And I can remember what was the series. It was 2001.
Yes, sir.
So the game is on the line. It's I'm the last out of the game. So Mariano always will throw the quarter, and I'm like, okay, he's going to throw a quarter. I'm going to look middle away, like I always did. And then Mariano, I don't know where, the first sinker I seen of Mariano my whole career, he threw a sinker in, and I just hit a weak fly ball to, I think it was left field.
Left field.
Game over, we're going home. So we went home. I wanted to trade all those hits just for that at bat. I think for minor league for me, it was like Mariano at the beginning was tough. I was close to my grandparents and my family, so leaving as a young kid to play in the States, it was difficult at the beginning. But also, I think I learned a lot by coming to the States and play the game that I love. On the field, when I left Puerto Rico, I always, since a little kid, I had the ability to hit. I was a good hitter my whole, since I was a little kid. In the minor leagues, the first year was tough. I didn't hit well. Double A, I didn't hit well. But single A and triple A, that was my best years in the minor league. Now, the good thing about minor leagues is that you have the skills, you have the ability, but in minor league, you have good coaches that teach you to play the game right and teach you all the fundamentals that maybe as a young player in Puerto Rico or I didn't learn. So minor league is very important. It was key for my success.
Edgar, you hit 363 in AAA in Calgary, and they still sent you out. And then that year, you hit 345. What did the Mariner people say to you about why they weren't giving you an opportunity till you turned 27?
I think in those years, the Mariners, they had Jim Presley. He was great third baseman. He was doing well for the organization. I came back to play in the big leagues, but at the beginning I wasn't as consistent as I needed to be to play every day. I think it was '88. I came down to the minor leagues. I think 89 too. So I was like kind of up and down at the beginning, and I think it's just that I didn't was consistent right at the beginning. And when you're a young player trying to establish yourself in the big leagues, you have to be consistent. It's just a reality of the game. So I think that's why I was sent down in '89. I believe it was. I wasn't consistent enough. Mike was the type of pitcher that it never give you the same look. He changed sequence. He will elevate, change eye level, and that was difficult for a hitter. Just try to not do too much, just like he said, and that was my style. But like Mo, when it's a big at bat or a big situation, that's when they can succeed. They made their pitches, and like Mo, when he threw that sinker I wasn't looking for, Mussina will do the same thing. Sometimes it's 3-1, and you're thinking, okay, here is a fastball, and he will throw the cutter, and it looks like a fastball, and that's how, he will get you out. So, and again, because made those adjustments, that's why he's here too. The biggest game and at bat, it was probably '95 in the Kingdom when we won. That year, the team, we didn't know if it was going to stay in Seattle or was going to move to Tampa. I think that team, that year was big for us. And just to be able to win that series, that's probably one of the reasons why the team is there in Seattle still. So I think for me that was the biggest moment probably in my career.
Edgar, there's a small island in the Caribbean that right now is overjoyed, is extremely happy and very proud of one of their own. 1995, you talked about that year. Talk about that dream team, that Caribbean series, played alongside Roberto Alomar, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, Carlos Delgado, etc. But if you could share briefly some of those moments from that dream team in 1995.
Yeah, I think what I remember the most is just looking at the dugout and looking at all the players in that dugout that year, and realizing that, it's one of a kind opportunities just to have a lineup with all those players that you mentioned. They all have great careers, and that was the best team for many years and put together in Puerto Rico. Great moments. We had great series. I think we won 7 games. We didn't lose any game. I also remember looking at the stands and looking at the stadium packed every night. That was something that was fun to watch, because at that time the league did show some signs that the fans, not many fans were coming anymore. But other than that, it was a lot of great moments in that series. The DH, I think at the beginning, I felt like this might not be something. Definitely, I thought it. At the beginning, I didn't want to be a DH. At the beginning, I thought I don't want to be, let's say, put in the situation where if I don't have a good year, then my career could be short, could end. And that was a little bit concerning to me. But at the same time, I look at the reasons why I was given that choice. It was I was hurt, and I came from a few injuries. My legs first were my knees, then my hamstrings, then the shoulder, and You know, Lou told me, I just need you on the field. I need you to be in the lineup. And I couldn't fight against that. He was right, and I'm glad I did it. It worked out. I had a great year in '95, and from there, I ended up having a great career. Yeah, I think it's from offensive, the offensive side. I think the shift, yeah, it hurts some players, and you know, so much information today about both sides of the game, defensive and offensive, that's why we see in the shift. That's why we see, you know, pitchers pitching less. Whether affect the game, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I think I like to see hitters making adjustments, and if they've been shift, I like to see the hitter make an adjustment, even if it's with 2 strikes. They can be, you know, first pitch or be himself, but 2 strikes, just make an adjustment if being shift. But that's me. There is, it's always a lot of conversations about how the game is changing, but I don't know. I don't know if it really is affecting it or not. I think, you know, if the kids are playing, the game is so much fun. If they're playing the game, it's because they're watching and trying to imitate other players, and they just been dreaming about this game. One day to play the game, and I did the same thing. So I think you just keep playing the game. Just keep playing the game, and one day they could play in the major leagues, and maybe one day they're here.
Edgar, how did Roy's cutter stack up against Mariano's?
For me, when I face him, what I remember is that the movement on the ball, he can move in 2 directions. He can sink really hard, will use both sides of the plate, and also will cut it, and he will throw a breaking ball too. Pitchers that can do that is very difficult. And sometimes with his movement, all they have to do is throw him down the middle, and he gets a ground ball. So it always was challenging to face him. And he was one of those pitchers that you hope that maybe he gets out of the game early so you can face a reliever. But that's the kind of stuff he had. And you can tell that he was there competing, always very difficult.